Okay, we are going to get started on days 12 through 13. We are going to spend 3 days on this. Typically, we would have spent 2. So the first part of this, we are just going to do the front side of page 21 and the top half of page 22. So the goal here is to be able to convert from radical expression into rational exponents. Remember what rational numbers are. They're fractions of integers. So it's going back from being in a radical form to being in rational exponent form. So that's what we have in column A. You have in radical form. And then in column B, you have in rational exponent form. Why? Because you have exponents in this one, and those exponents are rational numbers. So what I want you to start by doing is just plugging in these values into your calculator and getting decimal values, okay? So pause it and do that. Okay, so what you should notice is that your answers in column A are exactly the same as column B. So hopefully you see the pattern that's happening with the first two. Remember, when you don't have anything in your index, this is the number that's the index right there. If there's nothing there, that means that it is a square root. Okay, so that is not new for us. We know that from Algebra 1. So that means that this is the square root of 2, the square root of 3. Now this is the fourth root of 10. Okay, so just remember that. And notice that the numbers, when you're looking at the rational exponent form, your denominators all match your index. Okay, denominator of 2, index of 2, denominator of 2, index of 2. And that's how you can convert back and forth. So here's your equation over here. The xth root of b equals b to the 1 over x. Okay, so that is the conversion. Now, you might be thinking, well, what if we have some exponents underneath the radical? Is it still that? So this next part is when we will look at that, okay? So column A and column B, again, plug these into your calculator, compare your answers. Be careful as you're doing it. Remember, if you're typing in a 4 squared underneath, this, you got to make sure that that exponent stays underneath the radical, okay? You may have been wondering in that last one too, when you had the fourth root, how do you change the index on your calculator? If you hit math 5, that's how you can change it to anything you want, okay? So if you want an index of 5, you would hit 5, math number 5, and it'll turn it into a 5th root, okay? So go ahead and pause it and compare your answers here. So once you've completed that, you should see that those decimals match 2. So this is where the example where you have an exponent underneath your radical. So in our conversion here, your xth root, so your index is still your denominator, okay? So if you look back and forth from these problems over here, your denominator, 3 matches cube root, 5 matches 5th root, 3 matches cube root, okay? Now what's different here is now you have an exponent underneath. So that goes to your numerator in your rational exponent. So that becomes n up top, okay? So those are your 2 conversions, and that's all we're going to do today. Go ahead and flip over to the other side of this, which is right here. And we're just going to look at 1 through 6, okay? So it says rewrite the following from rational form to radical form, or from radical to rational. So we have, we're not going to do 7, but you have these 3 that are going from radical to rational exponent form, and then you have these 3 that are going from rational exponent form to radical form. Okay, so let's walk through a couple, and then I'll have you pause it and try some. And if you want to try them all first, try them all first. So let's look at question 3. So we have the fourth root of 17 squared So to write that in rational exponent form, you can convert it. Your exponent stays there, and now you divide by your index, and we're going to write that, and we're going to reduce it, 17 to the 1/2 power. Okay, you can always check that you've converted correctly when your base is a number. If your base is not a number, can't do that, because then you can't type in like an x to the 1/2 power, but you can definitely check it with 17. You can check the 4th root of 17 squared and see, does that equal 17 to the 1/2? And it will. Okay, now let's look at one of them in red. So this one here, let's look at number 5, that you could definitely not check on your calculator, okay, because it's all variables. Could you plug in numbers and check it? Sure. So you have t, it's staying there. Your index is your denominator, so that's where the r goes, and your numerator stays there as it's an exponent, okay? And that is it. Go ahead and try 1, 2, and 4, and then we'll walk through number 6 together, because as you see, there's 2 radicals there. So go ahead and do 1, 2, and 4. Okay, so question 1, you should get 8 to the 1/9, and that is correct. Exponent is 1, index is 9, so that's your denominator. Next one, you're going the other direction. So you're going from rational exponent form to radical form. So 5 is your index, and you just have the 5th root of 3. And then number 4 is actually the answer to number 3. So those just went flip-flopped back and forth. Notice our answer for 4, though, is more reduced because it is just the square root of 17. That is the same thing as the 4th root of 17 squared. We saw that by working both of these, okay? At some point, these both equaled, oops, didn't mean to cover that, 17 to the 2/4. They both equaled 17 to the 1/2 at the same time, some point in our problem. So this is equivalent to that. It's just the one in green is more reduced. Okay, so now let's look at this next one for 6. So this is a little bit different. There's 2 radicals, okay? And that's okay. Do not freak out. So let's look at this outside one first, okay? That is the cube root. So that means our exponent is going to be over 3. And what we have underneath is the square root of n. We have no exponent here, so it's just the square root of n to the 1/3 power, okay? Now, let me just move that up a little bit so it actually looks like an exponent. Okay, so that's all we've done here is we've gotten rid of that cube root and written it as a rational exponent. Now, let's think about what can we do with the square root of n. Well, we know the square root of n is the same thing as n to the 1/2 power, right? So now what we have is n to the 1/2 power to the 1/3 power. Now, you should remember your exponent property here, which is next on the list that we're going to do on Friday. Again, just to review all of your properties of exponents, but we can do one of them now, okay? So when you have an exponent raised to an exponent, remember what you do here. This is power to a power. You multiply them, and this becomes n to the 1/6 power, okay? 1/2 times 1/3 is 1/6. So this right here is equivalent to that. It's also equivalent to the 6th root of n. All 3 of those represent the same value. We were going, though, from radical form to exponent form, so this right here would be our final answer, n to the 1/6 power. So for homework tonight, you're going to do just the Canvas quiz that is assigned, okay? And you'll submit that, and that'll be it. And then you will show back up on Friday to get the notes for the next part, which is reviewing our rules of exponents and simplifying some bigger problems, okay? Definitely more complicated than the ones we just saw. Okay,